This will be a beginner tutorial on how you can make your first Google Ad campaign in just under 15 minutes. So if you are new to Google Ads, you will be able to follow along in this tutorial. I'll just show you how you can create a new campaign. If you just click on all campaigns here in a new Google Ads account, you can just click on new campaign and add a new campaign, and we can start creating this new Google Ads campaign. So I will be quite quick, but I will try to explain everything I do. So for our objective, we want to choose leads because that is basically what allows us to get all the options we want to have later in the campaign, and click on continue here because we don't want to set up our conversion tracking right now. This is super important that you do set up after you set up your campaign, so you know the data you're tracking. We want to use search campaign as our campaign type because we want to be displayed in search. That is what you want when you are a local service business, like a plumber or a roofer or electrician or whatever, because people search there to find you. They don't see an ad on Facebook or YouTube and be like, hey, maybe I need a plumber today. So you can just add website visits as your goal. In here, you can just add your website. So I'll just add some random electrician website from Charlotte, and we can click on continue. By the way, this will work for any types of local service business, so you don't need to be an electrician to follow along. The campaign name will just be beginner tutorial, and we can just click on continue. You will obviously create a different campaign for your your different name for your campaign, and we can click on start new. So the bidding strategy is something that we actually can change, or we can set once we have created our campaign, because we don't actually have the option we want to use while we create the campaign. So I will show you that later after we have set up the campaign. But for now, you can just click on next. And we don't want to be displayed for any of the networks other than the search network, because we don't want to waste our money, basically. So you can just don't check off those, and you can click on enter another location for locations. Click on advanced search, and in here you want to find your location, search for your city or your town or whatever, and you can just click on include to find your city really fast. And what we want to do now is we want to cross out of this one, and let's say that we are located near Linwood right here. So what we can do is we can just click on this show all areas, and we can just include all the areas we would like to have our ads displayed for, basically the areas we want to serve. So just like that, let's say we want to include these areas right here. This is where we want to serve. So once you've done that, you can just add, you want to add a little perimeter just outside of that area where we want to exclude all those areas, because we actually want to have a really strict area where we are, as you can see, this was not a great one because this actually overlaps with the included areas, but you want to basically have a perimeter just outside of your area where you have excluded. Again, this was really not the best, but I think you get the point. You want to have a perimeter just outside your area where you have included, that you want to have excluded, to have a really solid area to get better data once you have your Google Ads campaign set. So once you've done that, don't follow this area right here, but once you've done that, you can click on save and continue. And you want to have your language set to English, and audience segments we don't need to do. Broad match keywords set to off. And in the more settings, there's one more setting we want to set, and that is ad schedule, which you can set to whenever you are in office. So we want to have a campaign for, let's say, 9 to 5. There we go, 9 to 5. And by the way, we like to run different campaigns, for one for nighttime and one for Saturdays and one for Sundays. And I need to turn my camera again. It always goes after like 1 minute. Yeah, we like to run one campaign. You can just click on next. We like to run one campaign for Saturday, one for Sunday, if you are open those days, and one for daytime during the week, and also one for nighttime during the week. And then we can just click on skip for this one. Then we want to add. We can call this ad group. By the way, we can call this electrician general. There we go. We can just, as you can see, Google have added some keywords for us right here, but we would like to have them in Phrasmat. We will do that after we have set up the campaign. And I'll just see whether these keywords are good. Residential electric combo, switch electric, home electrical. It looks all right, so we can just move on. I will basically edit them keywords after we have set up the campaign, and I will add some new keywords. So you don't need to worry about them for now. Final URL, this is really important. This is where people are being sent once they click on your ad. So this is super important that this is the correct landing page where people are, you want people to be sent to when they click your ad. Display path is only what is being displayed on the ad, not where people are being sent. This one you can set to whatever you would want. I will just set it to electrician and Charlotte to basically show people that this is the page that they are coming to. As you can see in the ad now, this is being displayed, electrician Charlotte, after the base URL. So for the headlines, I will just go ahead and add some headlines we know work for electricians. So as you can see, I went ahead and added some descriptions we know work for electricians. And what I'm going to do with two of these description headlines is I'm going to pin them to position 1, this one and this one, because we don't want them to be displayed in the same position, in the same ad ever. And we also want them to be displayed in position 1 whenever they are in the ad. So moving on to the descriptions, I also pasted in the descriptions we know work for electricians. By the way, the important thing about the descriptions is basically not what is the content of the descriptions. The important thing is that they are long, so they take up more space and make your ad larger. So moving on, we want to get access to our business name and logos by connecting a Google Ads account to our Google business profile. And then you want to add some site links underneath your ad. This is important. As you can see, the site links are the little links just underneath your ad right here. So the site link text is what is being displayed on the site link, and then the final URL is where people have been sent. So there are 3 site links that are super important to add underneath your ad in Google Ads. That is prices, services, and service areas. So we can just make those by saying services there, and final URL, let's say you have your services in your website under your website/services. There we go. And for the service areas, we'll just have that, just write it out, service areas. And let's say that is under final URL/service areas. There we go. And we can just click on create. Once you've done that, there is one more thing that is important to have in the ad, and that is under more asset types, which is the calls, a call extension underneath your ad. This is super important. So just click on call and basically add your own phone number. Just add, super important that you add the phone number that you want people to call when they click your Google ad. So basically what this does is that it makes people able to just call you straight from the Google ad, and you can just click on apply once you've done that. Then you can click on next once you are done with the ad, and you can just click on set up custom budget. I will set mine to $1, but you set yours to whatever you want to spend daily on Google Ads. And then you can click on next. And as you can see, our campaign is ready to be published. So you can just click on publish campaign. Google says our campaign will go live after 1 to 2 business days, but we will typically see it only takes 1 to 2 hours actually. And they want us also to set up our conversion tracking, which is something you should do once you have created your campaign, but we will not do that for this video. So I'll just exit out of this one. We want to select our campaign up here by finding our campaign, which was called, if you can find a beginner tutorial, there we go. And then you want to click on campaigns and campaigns inside of campaigns. And you want to find this little icon right here. You want to click that because now we want to change our bidding strategy. Because as I said, we want to pick the manual cost per click, which is basically because that gives us more control over the ad. So we can just basically say however much we want to pay. So you can just click on change bid strategy or select a bid strategy directly. So we can just, when we click on manual cost per clicker, we can basically say how much we want to pay per click. So we can set that in Google Ads, and I will show you later how you can do that. Click on save. Once you've done that, we can head over to the new search keywords we want to add to our ad group. So you can just click on tools and planning, and inside here you want to go to keyword planner, and you want to discover new keywords. And in here you want to set your location to whatever your location is. And I'll just set mine to Charlotte. You need to set it to a location that has enough search volume. As you can see, Charlotte has 8.6 million, which is more than enough. So just click on save. If you don't have enough search volume in your area, just use your state or your country or whatever. I will set my language to English. There we go. And I will set my keyword to electrician, because that is the keyword we would like to find similar keywords to, so we can basically find, Google can add some keywords for us, or can suggest some keywords for us that we can add to our campaign. So For now, I will just go ahead. As you can see here, when you get these search keywords, there are a lot of keywords you get from Google, and in here you can both see the average monthly searches, which is super nice. You can also see the top of page, mid, low range, and high range. So in here you can basically estimate how much you're going to need to pay per click. So if you are using the electrician keyword, you might be paying like $15 per click in Charlotte. That is quite expensive because that is in the middle of a big city. But outside of Charlotte, it should be a bit cheaper. So what you can do now is you can select all the keywords you would like to add to your ad group. So emergency is something we want to have a separate campaign for. So we'll just add these right here, and you can go ahead and go to the next page and add all the keywords you would like to add to your ad group. For this tutorial, I'll just show you by using these 7 right here, and we want to find our existing campaign, which was called Beginner Tutorial, and the ad group was called Electrician General, and we want to set these to phrase match. As you can see here, you can choose between the match types: broad match, phrase match, and exact match. The difference between them is that broad match is actually widely related. So when people search for, if you have local electricians in broad match, when people search for local with something, you will be displayed for that, and that is something we obviously don't want. So phrase match is more closely related, and exact match is really tightly related. So people basically need to search for exactly that phrase for you to be displayed. So we see the best results with the phrase match. Then you click on add keywords, and then click on confirm. And then just head back over to your campaign and your ad groups. And then click on the Electrician General, or whatever you called your ad group. And as you can see now, we have some keywords that are not in phrase match because those were the keywords that were added by Google during our campaign setup. As you can see here, when they don't have those signs before and after the keyword, they are in broad match. These are in phrase match. So what you can do if you want to change all your keywords to phrase match is that you can select all of the keywords and then click on edit and change match types and change all match types. You can change them all from broad match to phrase match and click on apply. And now I'll show you how you can set the manual cost per click. I just need to turn my camera on again. There we go. So if you head over to your ad groups, in here, once you have your campaign reviewed by Google, you will be able to set your manual cost per click in here just by a little pencil icon right like this. So you can just set it low at first to see how much search volume you get. If you get a lot of search volume, that is a sign to, basically lower the cost per click. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. And if you want us to run Google Ads for you, click the link in the description, and I will see you later.